Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. A lot of questions have been coming to us which I take up every single day, you know that. So a few questions I'm going to take up now, and one of the important questions that's come back to me is about ISRO. Before I start talking about the actual question, three requests I always have for you. Please subscribe to BTech 360. If you have any question, write to us in the message box here and I'll be happy to take it up. And I must thank our university partner, Chitkara University, which enabled us to put this entire thing together. Now the question that's come from a student, the student says, sir, I'm an OBC student and I want to join IIST, which is Indian Institute of Space Science Technology, right? And I'm interested in working in ISRO in the future. Approximately how much should I score in JEE Advanced to get admission there? Very interesting question, because in ISRO, the admission happens through JEE Advanced, but they don't take the rank there. You need to apply to ISRO separately, and they actually create an inter-se merit list based on the number of people who actually apply to ISRO, IIST separately. So what we're going to talk now is, there is no rank list as I told you, because the JEE Advanced rank is not how it happens. They created their own merit list based on the number of students who applied there, based on the JEE Advanced score, right? So what I can tell you now is the kind of score that you need in JEE Advanced based on which someone got a seat last year. And what we're talking about is the percentage in JEE Advanced. We're talking about JEE Advanced percentage, what percentage you could actually get in. Now, there are essentially about 4 programs that you have there. In all, you have 174 seats. Aerospace is about 63 seats, right? EC Avionics is 63 seats. The dual degree program, which is BTech and MTech, is about 24 seats, and they also have a CSE Data Science, which is 24 seats. In all, they have 174 seats. So what we're talking about is competing for the 174 seats, and depending on the category, of course, because it's a government enterprise, it will have all the reservation quota that you have. Now, the general category, highest closing cutoff percentage last time was 43.06%. 43.06%. Now, for EWS, it was 26.94, because this particular student is for 27.5. And by the way, I'm talking of aerospace engineering at this point in time. For aerospace engineering, the general cutoff was 43.06%, because, as I told you, they don't have the rank. They don't take the JEE rank. What they do is they take the scores based of JEE Advanced and create their own merit list for that, right? For aerospace engineering, open category, open general is 43.06, EWS was 26.94, OBC was 27.50, SC was 20.83, and ST was 21.39, right? So that is what you actually have. And the closing cutoff, what I talked about is the opening cutoff. The closing cutoff was 28.61% also of, in general category, you could get a seat last year, 28.61. For EWS, 26.11. For OBC, 24.44. SC was 13.89 and ST was 11.39. So essentially, this is what you are looking at: 28-29% for 28 to 30% for general category. If your EWS, it's about 26% plus minus 1. OBC is 24.44%, about 25% plus minus 1. And SC is 13.89 and or 14%, and ST is about 11%. That's the score that you need. For the electronics and communications, the one that you have, avionics, the highest closing cutoff percentage was 28%, 28.33% for general category. EWS was 26.11%, so 26% plus minus 1. OBC was 25% plus minus 1, and ST was 11.39% plus minus 1. For the dual degree, it's 28% for general category, 26% for EWS, 25% for OBC, SC was 13%, and ST was 12%. And for the CSE Data Science, the closing cutoff percentage highest closing cutoff rank was 30.28% for general category, 27% for EWS, 27% for OBC, SC was 14%, and ST was 14%. I'm rounding off these numbers, right? So essentially, what you're dealing with is, to get into, as an OBC candidate, if you want to get into any of the programs in IIST, you need to be about 28% and above to stand a chance, 28% and above. If you're a general EWS category student, you need to be about 25% and above to get into any of the programs. If you're an OBC candidate, you need to be about 24% and above. For SC, you should be about 14% and above, or around 13% and above, and ST should be about 11% and above. That's what you're dealing with across all the 4 programs. I have now summarized the whole thing. Now, you must also know what's the kind of placement that they have. The highest package last year was about 38.5 lakh, but the average package is 11 lakhs only. The median salary is 11 lakh rupees. So you should be very clear that the kind of salaries that you get in IITs, in IST, you don't get that kind of salaries. It's about 11 lakhs only. Now, because you told me that you want to ultimately join ISRO, let me also tell you what is the kind of recruitment, how does ISRO recruit from IIST, right? There, the minimum CGPA that ISRO demands at IIST level is 7.5 CGPA. There shouldn't be any backlogs, no active backlogs, right? The primary filter is 7.5 CGPA. If it's less than 7.5 CGPA, it's over. You're disqualified. You cannot join ISRO. So it is not just about joining IIST, but you must also maintain a CGPA of 7.5 to have a chance, right? And assuming that there are backlogs, then it is disqualified. So even if you have very good CGPA of 9, 10 also, if you have a backlog, again you're disqualified. And besides that, you need to have medical fitness as per ISRO standards, and ensure that there are interview rounds of technical rounds, all those things you need to pass through. But two primary things: you shouldn't have a backlog, and you should have at least 7.5 CGPA for you to get qualified to sit for an interview at ISRO after finishing IIST course BTech program. So this is what you're looking for, and the median salary I told you is 11 lakh rupees. So you should be very clear about that. That it's not the kind of placement that you get at IIT, but you will, you need to be clear that because you want to join ISRO, you want to be there. Now, one of the things that I would always tell you is, what are the kind of highest closing ranks? I've talked of percentage, but I think ranks are immaterial, though I also have the rank list with me. Just to put things in context, if you're a general category student, you should be about 28% and above to stand a chance. If you're a EWS candidate, 26% and around that to stand a chance. OBC 24% and above. SC is 14% and above. 13% and above, and ST is 11% above. That's what you need in JEE Advanced as a score, as a percentage, for you to stand a chance to get into IST. After you get into IST, you need to be at least 7.5 CGPA with no active backlogs to join ISRO, and the median salary is 11 lakh rupees. I just hope this helps you. And again, if you have any question, write to me in the message box here. Please do subscribe to BTech 360. And I must thank our university partner, Chitkara University, for enabling us to put this entire thing together. Thank you so much.